Myanmar's de facto leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, has visited the southeast state of Rakhine for the first time since violence erupted there in late August. Her brief trip allowed her only short stops in areas affected by the military operation against Rohingya militants. The Nobel Peace Prize winner has been criticised around the world for not stopping the military crackdown amid allegations of ethnic cleansing. Well, Oliver Slow is Chief of Staff at Frontier Myanmar magazine and joins us now from Yangon. Oliver, this was a brief trip. It was an unannounced trip. Do we know who she spoke to? Did she speak to any of the remaining Rohingya in Myanmar?
Yeah, so according to state-run media this morning, she visited a number of villages up in northern Rakhine, particularly around Mongdor, where most of the violence took place. And she did meet with some of the Rohingya communities there. She also travelled to some of the villages where the government has said that those who can return from Bangladesh will be able to be resettled. And she also, I believe, met with some Rakhine youth leaders around Sitwe, the state capital there.
See any of the 200 villages that had been torched?
Yes, I believe she did. According to the state media this morning, as I say, she visited some areas of those areas, particularly in Tongpro, which is up near the Bangladesh border, which is where the government has said they're going to resettle some of those returning.
Of course, this is hugely sensitive. Why was it such a quiet visit? Why was it not announced previously?
It's difficult to know, really. It was only released yesterday when she was up on that trip. She kept it quite, it was kept quite secret. And then this morning, as I say, on the front page of state-run media, so they're obviously willing to publicise it in some way. But it is quite unusual that it wasn't announced beforehand.
Now, she set up a committee to repatriate the Rohingya back to their homes, but effectively, unless the situation with their ethnicity is recognised, it's an impossible situation, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. The government has said that they're going to allow these people to return, but there's a number of factors really that are going to make it a very difficult situation to return. They may be allowed to return. Many of those villages, as you mentioned, have disappeared. So simply for some people wanting to return, their villages are no longer there. Many, in fact, many of those in Bangladesh are too scared to return. They said they saw such horrible violence when they're there, so there's a lot of fear. So there's a lot of obstacles to overcome if people are to return.
Now, Aung San Suu Kyi has been heavily criticised for not doing more, for not speaking out against the military. What options does she really have?
Not a great deal, as you say. I mean, as has been well publicised, she does not have direct control over the military. And I think this step, this visit that she's taken while it's very, very late in the day, is one positive step that she could be taking to go to the area to see these areas. But there's so much more to be done. She's obviously emphasised very much on a kind of more positive approach about telling the media and telling people, please focus on what we're doing. So I think it's unlikely that we'll see her kind of speak out and condemn the military crackdown there. She's obviously taken quite what she believes to be a positive approach on this issue.
Oliver, it's good to get your thoughts. Oliver Slow from Frontier Myanmar magazine speaking to us live from Yangon. Thank you.